TOS Podcast, the only podcast teetering on single-digit IQ points. I'm your host, Ben Granite, along with Tmorgg, Oscar, Hotbox, God, and Boomer, with a special guest joining us later. Boys, how's your day going?
It's been pretty good, man. It's the day of independence, July 4th, baby. So, yeah. So a lot of fireworks popping off outside my room right now, but it feels all right.
Oh yeah, I can hear distant explosions. I mean, what better way to celebrate your country's independence than by blowing up a small part of it?
I'm not American, so today is just your typical Tuesday.
I'm 3 hours behind, so I ain't got shit outside. You can see the sun.
Well, you can see mine too.
Yeah, we can see the sun still. People ain't blowing up. Oh, people are blowing up shit, but people ain't blowing up fireworks yet.
All right. So, Oscar, get us started off. What is today's topic?
So today's topic is normally how we're going to structure the podcast going forward is we're going to have weekly guests, but prior to that, we are going to talk about and recap the games of the week. But it's going to be a special one today just because every fucking team except for the SBC and MILF Hunters rescheduled. So today we're going to recap last night's game and we're going to give our predictions on the games to be had and just our general, analysis of the league.
I'm going to say it right now. I love all of you guys in the league because you make it run, but fuck you guys for delaying my stats. I wanted 5 weeks of stats to talk about on this podcast, and now I have to talk about 4 weeks. So fuck you all, including my team who rescheduled. Anyways,
your team had a fucking bye, bro.
Never mind. Your
team had the fucking bye.
I'm just always mad at Tom. That's all it is. Just always trying to take my anger out at Tom.
Fuck you, Tom.
Other team for rescheduling, but you chose your team specifically.
Yeah, because I didn't know who we played because we had a bye.
But a pretty fucking juicy topic to start it off. I mean, what a game last night. You had the whole fucking accusations. You had the Monitor Cams. I mean, what's the conclusion to that?
What's the conclusion? They were cheating, obviously. That's just fucking, dude.
Has anybody actually watched the VOD back?
Yeah, clear as day, MILF Hunters were cheating. Duh. They fucking got shit on. Like, they all Monitor Cammed.
I did review all the Monitor Cam footage, and they're legit. I mean, those guys are just good. I mean, what else is there to say?
Fox and I also watched all of it in week one last night.
I said in week one they were just shitting on Morph, and Morph was salty.
I guess let's get into the analysis of that game a little more than just the accusations. Also, MILF Hunters just played like such shit last night. I'm gonna keep it entirely honest. They did. They played horribly. Like it wasn't even just that the other team.
Bad series out of MILF specifically up until the latter half of that series.
It was the control. He started making a turnaround. I'd also like to note though, I was watching a stream. At one point, all of them were on 160 ping while Mills was on 60 for a round or two. I don't know what the fuck happened.
That is pretty wild, but it sounds perfectly in line with what we're referring to.
Yeah.
Activision happened. That's what happened.
I don't know how that happened, but it did. And also, they played so bad. Like I was watching the POVs because I was watching all their streams and the CGI stream just to have an active view. And I just saw them doing so much stuff that was just so out of character and just obviously it's not like that team gets on in scrims, but they weren't playing together and they were just doing a lot of just being dumb plays. As simple as it is. I don't know. SBC didn't really outplay them as much as MILF Hunters just didn't play good.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it map to map. I mean, just starting with the hard point, you saw the MILF Hunters had a pretty slow start on that high grow. I mean, they were keeping it neck and neck for a while, and then at one point they just jumped out in front, and they were in the lead for a long time. But it felt like the MILF Hunters could just never get a setup fully established, even though they would grow very, very early. They'd be set up, and SBC would just waltz in and break it.
Yeah, they were breaking for free.
Even leading into the last two hills, I'm pretty sure MILF Hunters had they were 190 to 170 in the lead. And then going into a P5 and then a P1. I believe that's where the game ends. Or maybe that's ending P2. But going into the P5, SBC end up getting they get MILF Hunters don't get a single amount of time. SBC don't get a full 60, but MILF Hunters barely get a second of time. So SBC takes it to like 220. And then I don't know if they went off the P1 or the P2, but it's just like MILF Hunters barely even got any more time. It was maybe 200 to 250. Like they maybe got 10 points out of 3 hills or 2 hills, however many it was. Like they had a lead and then they just didn't get anything.
And I want to highlight a player specifically on SBC who was playing lights out on that map in particular with Tiki, who was locking down the AR lanes, and you saw Bendy and Mills just kind of struggling to keep those completely locked down. Obviously, Bendy wasn't going full force just yet, because he was still listening to music, but it just felt like they couldn't shut him down. He just kept waltzing in, picking 2, maybe getting 3, and then MILF Hunters had no answer to him.
He was taking god routes on the map too on Hydro. Like whenever I was casting at one point, I saw him just like going around the top edge of the map and just like went all the way around in the water the whole way. And then he ended up finding 1 or 2 on that backside. I think it was on the second rotation of hills. Like he was moving and grooving out there. You could tell he was comfortable on that map.
You know, he was taking like improved Tom routes.
Yeah, it's like they're dumb, but they work. That's a good way to put it.
Taking routes is like one of those things in COD that I feel like some people understand how to do it effectively, and other people just take Batman routes. And like there are moments where like, yeah, it makes sense to just really take your time and ensure that you're going to get there. But I feel like what they did differently is while he was taking routes, SBC weren't just kind of waiting for him to set up a pinch. They were making plays of their own, and they're directing enough attention away that he doesn't have to take quite as long of routes and can just find the holes quicker and easier. And I mean, ultimately, it led to his success on the map.
And then they got shit on in the search.
Well, that search was a fucking bloodbath.
That's because they didn't sub in Logie. Like,
that is very true.
Logie, that's right. Logie would have gone 0-10 and won the map.
Let's go.
He's literally done it multiple times.
Yeah. Dude, Logie has to have the most amount of donuts in CGI, without a doubt.
That's special, dude.
And yet...
And he's one of the most winning players.
He has the second most championships.
He's one of the most winning players as well. Just map percentage, series percentage, and championships.
Those that think Logie sucks don't know ball. That's all I'm gonna say.
What's up?
Those that think Logie sucks, they don't know ball. That guy's a team player.
They don't
Sounds like the ultimate dirty work.
They don't understand his game.
They don't know ball.
You never tell the full picture. You never know what the comms are like, and I just have to assume that he's much like a Priesta. He's just doing all the stuff that needs to be picked up.
I did play with him in that Vanguard finals, and no, he's a great teammate. He's a great.
I assume that Logie is like a Navel if he gave up all gun skill and only put it into the other stuff. That's why
he wins important gunfights.
Yes.
He wins important gunfights.
The 10 that he won throughout the series were the biggest fucking gunfights of the whole game.
Like, he'll catch someone on a crucial rotation. He'll kill someone out of hill that everyone was just struggling with. I
love me some Logie. I want CRL mixed with that guy.
He trolling, but like he actually, like, I have respect for him for what he does.
I mean,
I love that guy.
It's crazy. Like,
we are a Logie Stan podcast.
Like, you can't win as much as he has, and like you can't be devoid of all talent. Like, obviously there's talent there. It just doesn't reflect in slightly.
And one of those, I think he won with the when we still made the draft too, right? So it wasn't like he made his own squad. It was RNG every time.
Yeah.
Well, for the most part.
Well, I will say, for the most part, Mills just kept on picking him again, but still.
What you know works.
No, I will say, dude, I'm just gonna note, last time he fucking played in CGI, he had a .45 KD, went neg 57, and still won the fucking series. You know who the most pause on his team was? It was Mills with +10. Like, it wasn't like he had someone to match it, like, in the opposite way. They just fucking won with Logie doing that.
Because I feel like with Logie, I mean, like I said, he fills in gaps. So
Dirty
just
work.
like he's doing the work so that his teammates can focus on just getting kills, and he won't worry about the objective.
Logie is the CGI's Doug Sensor Martin, but with less delusion.
With more, yeah, he knows his skill more.
He understands the limits and he plays within them, and that's typical.
And that's not a bad point. Logie did have he had out of two hard points he played last. he had 3 minutes of hill time, and he had the most in both maps.
I mean,
Man.
you can't argue with that. To bring us back to the map too, again, I want to highlight the same player who was just having a lights out map, and Tiki with that sniper rifle, like he was hitting shots, like
Dude, he shut Bendy down.
He was taking faces.
absolutely. And when you have that kind of sniper on the map, I mean,
Those were gunshots.
honestly, it truly feels like that's the one role that if your sniper is just hitting, it makes S&D incredibly easy. Because like now the other team is forced to acknowledge the sniper. They can't chow the long lanes. They can't really commit to a fight without worrying about getting their fucking head taken off. So like it just allows every other player on the map to move more freely and to chow more freely, just because they never know, am I gonna peek this and see that scope glint and then, sit in the fucking respawn screen till the next round.
Well, the only thing about that is that they played a hotel S&D, right?
Right.
Yeah. So the only thing MILF Hunters, I don't think I saw them do, when a sniper is getting heated up, play like fucking bitches and don't chow shit on defense. Make defenses literally the most useless map for a sniper, and that's how you make him put it away at least when they're on attacking. Like, I mean, it's a really easy thing. I'm not even like it's just like it being so. I mean, I'm sure people can relate. Box used to snipe at one point. Van used to be the team sniper. I've been my team snipers for like 4 seasons. Eventually, if you're heating up, the teams, if they're smart, are going to stop chowing shit on the sides that they don't have to, and they're going to play really slow, and they're not going to give you anything. And the Milfunders didn't really do that. They kept on giving him shit.
You had one small piece of bad information there. I haven't sniped since BO4, kid.
No, I know. I said you used to.
He did say.
I said you used to.
Time frame.
And I know
you need to use.
To be fair,
You need to use more fucking
If you didn't snipe in Black Ops 4, you just don't enjoy sniping at all, because that is easily one of the
or you were
most
fucking
fun
dog
sniping
shit.
games
Yeah, or it means
in
that
the
you
world.
had a better
It
sniper
was
on your team.
So fun. There was no aim assist on the Paladin, and I loved it.
Paladin, the best sniper ever in comp history.
Oh,
Shit took
100%.
shit took skill, but wasn't hard to use. Like, that's the only way I can put it. It took skill, but wasn't hard to use.
It had a low floor and a super high ceiling.
Yeah. Well, I think it had a medium floor, because, like, I don't know. It was weird. That game, like, there was no aim assist on the snipers, but at the same time, it's just, like, the tracking and the bullet reg was so smooth with the sniper, I felt like, that it was, like, you didn't need the aim assist.
But to talk more on snipers, especially in Hotel S&D, one thing that I didn't see a lot out of MILF Hunters is, if you know a sniper's heating up like that, and you know, like, you're being shut down repeatedly because of this sniper, when you're on offense, obviously you have to do something.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say, go kitchen.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
you
whatever
go to the
site that is.
where the sniper has less of an ability to do anything. It's not, you can't do it for every map. Like, Embassy, both sites could be pretty well watched with a sniper. But like in Hotel, there's a bomb inside in a very small enclosed room with no real sniping lanes outside of the back door.
If you literally just hit site through restaurant and flood in, like, you can just not even peek mid. You can just fucking run in through cat room and freezer and trade out until you can get bombed down.
Exactly.
And, like, literally the sniper's only bet, I know it because it's the play I make every time, is to fucking either pick up a gun or open the back doors and pre-aim freezer and cat room. And sometimes it works. Sometimes the sniper's going to find a kill there, but it's like, that's not advantageous for him. Like, that's such a bad spot to be put in.
Right. It's more of a matter of, you either have to play extremely passive and hope that they make a mistake, which is almost never the good move. Especially when you're playing a team that really knows what they're doing. So your only bet is to just pick a site and just really commit to it, push together, just overwhelm them with pure numbers. Like, because most people aren't going to 4-stack a site unless you've been doing it repeatedly. So at least 1, maybe 2 rounds, you're guaranteed, if you just fly in and everyone just picks a different spot to look at as soon as they jump in, you're guaranteed to get the trades out in your favor and just get the bomb down, and now you force the win condition, and now you're on defense. And that's really the whole point of S&D. You just want to put yourself in a position to where you're not playing offense. you force them to come to you, and anyone can hold irons.
Yep.
Well, most people can hold
Okay.
irons.
90% of players, even with bad aim, can hold an iron sight, and with how fast the TTKs are, if someone runs into it, you're fucking gone.
I don't know. I've seen Tiki just absolutely demolish some people last night that had a fucking pre-aim on him and got first bullet.
Shoot straighter. I mean, what else can I say?
As I said, like, so most people can hold irons successfully.
Maybe we need to look into him a little.
But really, that was it was just a lack of adaptability on the side of MILF Hunters. This is what resulted in them losing that SMD. At no point did I see them adjust to the play style of SBC, which they started. SBC, on the other hand, adjusted their game throughout the whole thing, because you notice like the first 3 or 4 rounds, they were extremely aggressive, like just kind of flying at them. And then as soon as they had the MILF Hunters on the back foot, where they're like a lot more passive, trying not to, throw their lives away, you saw SBC just slow it the fuck down immediately.
Didn't they win 3 straight off rip, and then MILF Hunters took a round?
Is that what it was? They won.
There was like a 6-1.
They won that round. The MILF Hunters
it was
and
a 6-1.
SBC made an immediate adjustment and didn't let them take it over.
I feel like that's kind of the big story of all last night. MILF Hunters just weren't changing their game. Like throughout, it fucked them over the most in the SNB. But like even in like the respawns, they just weren't like.
I mean, in COD, like there are tempos. Every team plays at a different tempo, and some tempos are advantageous on offense. Some tempos are advantageous on defense. And what makes a good team versus a great team is the ability to alter your tempo based on the situation. And MILF Hunters continuously tried to play at their tempo, which is very fast, but against a team like SBC that is adapting theirs to directly counter your exact tempo and pacing of how you're sending your hits, I mean, that's going to win 10 out of 10 times. And you just didn't see that level of coordination from them.
I was talking about coordination and who was coordinating them. I'm going to call out Windmills. I was watching that guy's POV for like a few rounds of Control last night, just because like I was just watching like individuals POV, and then I got stuck watching his though because I could hear his comms. That guy is like, I'm not going to lie, like he is leaps above the other 3 players on that team. And that's not to call the other 3 players shit, but like him as a player is so much better. Like it just like he was the best player in the series last night, in my opinion, despite what numbers might say. Tiki fried, but like hearing this guy's comms, like there were times where if he wasn't talking, it would go dead air for 10 seconds. And then he would like respawn, or the round would start over, he would spawn back up, and then it would not be silent until he died again. That guy keeps comms alive. He tells everybody what to do on the map. And while doing that, he shoots straight as fuck, too. I watched his POV. He hits shots. I'm not going to lie. That guy, he's not bad at all.
Gross.
But it's just like, but even just like skill aside, like listening to him, he's telling them what the fuck to do every time. And it's like, I gotta credit that's probably a good bit of the reason of why they were able to fight against MILF Hunters so well, is because he was probably telling them to like, hey, stop challenging. Yo, slow the fuck down. Hey, we just got picked. Hold iron. That kind of shit. Like,
Windmills did a very good job of directing the troops.
Yeah.
He was a big reason that they were able to make those adjustments mid-round and like mid-hardpoint. Literally, I've seen them break. Like they're flying the break, and instead of pushing out immediately after they get the 4, they wait to get the first wave and then push out because they know those guys are still spawning somewhat close. A lot of times I see teams, they get the 4 down, they break, and immediately three people push out and get put down, and now they're spawning out behind the team that just broke them. MILF Hunters didn't do a good job of adjusting to their pace, like Ven said, and SBC did a great job of playing patient after getting the break before they pushed out cuts and started flipping spawns. It was just a masterclass, as much as we're going to see in terms of breaking.
What it comes down to in hardpoint, and I feel like this is probably the skill that I would say keeps people from being good at hardpoint, and it's to not think about hills in terms of, okay, we got the wipe, now we have map control. You have to think about it in terms of waves, and how many waves you need to clear before you can actually get into the positions that you want to start cutting people off. Because like when you break a hill, it's 2.5 seconds in the respawn timer. So that's not that much time. It takes a little bit longer than that to break a hill. So regardless of how good your break is, they're going to spawn in and be able to get close enough to you that if you start trying to push out, you're going to probably catch a bad timing. It is clear wave 1, which is the initial break, and then you hold irons for a second, you wait for the secondary break. Once you get that secondary break, the second you start getting those kills, then you start pushing.
Expanding on your point, that MILF Hunters didn't do a good enough job adjusting to the tempo that SBC played at. And a lot of that was, I attribute to Windmills controlling the tempo as basically like the point guard of SBC. He was calling out the play. He was telling them where to go, when to do something, where somebody was spawning, what's open. He was calming all of that. It was basically just dead from everybody else. It was the only calm.
You don't need every member of your team to be giving explosive comms, just like
No.
talking about every single thing on the map. It really just comes down to, if there's someone on your team who can direct the traffic, it's okay to just shut up and let him tell you what to do. And all you have to do now is just focus on winning your gunfights, which makes your job a million times easier. So if you have a player on your team who's just like wicked good on the sticks and like they just hit their shots, they just fry people in gunfights they should never, win, I find it's better to just let them do that and just don't worry about them commenting.
Yep, shout out to Eggman.
That's what an IGL should be doing. Like, an IGL, people mistake like what that job actually is. It's not just about giving good comms, but it's about taking away the pressure on everyone else to have to think about what they need to be doing, and just you directing the traffic for them so that they don't have to think about that. They don't have to give you excellent comms. They can just focus on doing their job.
Yeah, and again, I think Windmills does a really good job of that, and that is what's enabled SBC to be so dominant this season. Is that he's putting his other players in such a good position that they don't even have to think really. They just have to listen and shoot their gun straight, and that's
the dream.
proven to be pretty easy for them this season. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's what you see. That's what you see too. None of those guys have crazy KDs. Their highest KD player going from after last week was like a 1.2. And I'm not excluding Zeus, who played one game. Played one game, shit on some people, left. So I was not counting that. But their highest KD player was like a 1.2, and I don't really know if it was like any better after last night. They just they make use of it. Windmills tells them what to do, so it doesn't really fucking matter if they're dying or if they're fucking getting a 3-piece. Regardless of being useful, and they're playing well.
Slaying is important, but at the same time, mindless slaying does nothing. Your kills have to matter. They have to mean something. Like, I can load up into any game and play like a rat bastard, only playing for myself, just focusing on kills. I won't be helping my team at all. I can rack up the stat line and have a crazy KD, but it wouldn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't do anything for your team. You're not going to win, and it's fucking pointless. If you can be in a good position, but also drop good KDs, that's how you win games. I mean, if your kills matter and also you're outslaying, there's no shot the other team can do anything.
Fox and I were talking about it last night, and it's to quote the GOAT himself. It was something that he said really recently that a lot of people have been talking on because it sticks well. Krim on stream the other day, he was talking about go for the 2 and not the 3. Don't try to be flashy and fucking do everything on the map. Go for the 2 and get good kills from the positioning.
Right.
It's it's a little relevant to this, just in you don't have to have a fucking crazy KD. You don't have to use some Slayer player. You can just fucking go in, get your 1, get the next guy weak, and then your teammates will trade it out and just continue doing that. Don't overthink it. Don't try to fucking do something crazy and then just get shit on because you're over here making a play.
I can agree. And let's go ahead and move it on to map 3. Let's talk about that control a little bit. The MILF Hunters bounce back. I mean, you can definitely tell that once Bendy started to take the SBC guys seriously, started to play his style of COD, MILF Hunters immediately improve. And I really feel like if he'd have done that map 1, they probably win the high.
They probably win. Yeah, they win.
They probably would have still got smoked in the S&D. I'm gonna keep it a buck. SBC were just playing that a little too well for me. And the control goes MILF Hunters' way because Mills and Bendy are just going absolutely ham bananas. Mills remembered how to shoot his gun, which really helped the boys. And after that S&D,
Probably forgotten map 4, but
Fish definitely turned up in that map 3 after that S&D. You had to think that kind of stuck with him.
I'll also say too, Mills grew his thumbs back and stopped playing with his index fingers to aim in map 3. You know, that helped a lot as well.
Yeah.
Guy was playing claw because his thumbs weren't fucking there, so he had to turn his fingers to use his joysticks. Like, go watch Mills POV map 1, you'll see what I mean. Nothing against Mills, you know I love you as a person, but like, dude, come on, that was rough. That was fucking rough.
That map 1. Or the map 2.
This
Well, actually, no.
Mills
Mills was one of the people who shot back, wasn't he?
That's how Mills was playing.
You did.
This is how.
You did.
In map which one? Map 3 or
The
map 2?
controller was heating up.
Map 2, I don't know. They all got shit on so bad, I'm unclear. Map 3, all I know is that Mills started shooting. Did he?
No.
I think he had a breadstick or maybe 2 at the end of it.
He had 1 or 2.
Yeah.
He didn't have the donut.
He was working on a donut for 5 of those 7 rounds that they played for sure. Like, I don't think he got a kill until like round 5 or 6.
But
At least
yeah, no credit to him because like I absolutely know how it feels to just drop an absolute stinky in a map, and like
Happens
how
to
you
everybody.
bounce back from that is so important. Like if you get in your own head after that map and you keep thinking about it and you keep thinking about it, you're not shooting straight the next map. You're getting shit on. Like that's just the way it is. Once that map ends, you got to just be like, okay, that happened. Whatever. What's the next map? Like, that's the only mentality that you can have.
They're going
In the
back to
moment,
hotel.
in
Another
the
fucking
moment,
hotel.
yeah. When you get shit on that bad, you can't focus on it at the moment. Like it's something you have to look on later, but
I'll call myself out here. So when we were playing a scrim against a team, you guys remember, I dropped a 4 on a Mercado hardpoint.
oh fuck yeah, I remember
My
that.
God.
Holy,
I mean, I was blendied. I mean, all my mental was gone by about halfway through that map.
You know,
I was completely chalked. But you know what? That next map, I said, whatever, that happened. It's fine. And I dropped 23 the next map.
I will say in all fairness too, like it's not like any of us were doing crazy. Like Tom and I didn't even break 20 that map. We both only had like the 17 to 19 range in kills, and I think Verdict had like 13 or some shit. And it was just unfortunate that 4.
Yeah.
Not my only teammate to drop 4 in a hard point. But
I've never. That's actually the lowest number of kills I've ever dropped in a hard point ever. I cannot stress enough. I don't like this game. It doesn't like
fair.
me, and I'm just gonna chalk this game up to like this is my bad one. Everyone's got one, I assume. But Modern Warfare 3 will probably be worse. I'm just gonna set my expectations. And
Yeah,
on to
no,
map
as you
number
should.
4, the closer of the series. It was a.
They had a crazy ending. They were holding on to that like 249.
yeah,
It was a hotel
I'm not,
hard point, right?
when we can get to the end of it, we'll talk about it. There was literally one gunfight that actually like could have made or broke. It was going to be the win-lose gunfight, and they lost it, and that's what caused them to like actually lose the map.
Yeah, no, that was definitely one of the most competitive hard points I've seen in the CGI, like in its totality. Like that was a crazy one. Just constant back and forth. Those teams were absolutely battling. I feel like we were seeing them both at their best, minus one player who I will let someone else call out.
Kind of was it?
You know who it was.
Was it Giants?
It was Giants.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I actually don't. I'm
On
no
the other
shit.
side, it
I'm
was
going
also
back and
Hanabi,
I'm
funny
getting
enough. So
screenshots because I don't
it was
remember.
kind of Dwayne and Giants both just like struggle busing for a while. The
And who
difference
could do
was,
it better?
Yeah, the difference was Dwayne was at least making himself useful. Like he wasn't slaying, but he knew that he was just going to be the hill kit in that match. And that was really it for the series. I mean, Bendy was cracked, but SBC got that clutch kill at the end, like you said. It was a 1v1 over there on that P4, and they won it, and
It was-
got the second thing neat.
It was
But
literally
honestly, they were probably going to win that anyway because they were 3 stacked on.
It was a
P5.
closer
Well, no,
3-1 than it was.
The only thing I'll say is that I was grabbing it right now to get the picture, like so I can see how they did. It was literally Mills got 3 down on hill, and then he like is snaking, taking individual gunfights, and then the last person to come challenge is Tiki with 2 seconds left, and then Tiki barely wins the gunfight and gets hill time. The only thing is, Milfhunters were converging on P6 as that was happening, and they got a kill as Tiki kills Mills as well. Like they evened up the numbers on P.
Kills on that map.
There's 6 hills. Top bed is
Yeah.
P6. Yeah, P5 because P4 is is the spa hill, P5 is restaurant, P6
Wow.
is top lot. Yeah,
I never realized that. It never occurred
Yeah.
to me that that's.
But yeah,
Mercado
like-
has
like,
7.
no shit. MILF Hunters, if Mills wins that
that was
gunfight,
good.
there's a chance they could win more gunfights and actually take it right there. Just because like they had the possibility, like they won the initial on P6, they had the chance to do it, but Tiki just won. Like 4 people chowed Mills. The last person to chow him won it. And it was the last guy anywhere near that hill, as far as I'm aware, as well.
And to just kind of segue this into the next section, I think it's time to figure out who's that Shokumon. It's our first guest of the podcast. We brought in Shoku.
It's a shitter.
No,
It's
okay. Well,
Shitter.
introduction, thanks.
Shitter.
I can't edit out that many shitters. I'm sorry.
Welcome on.
One too many for me to believe.
So we're just gonna get a little bit of a player perspective from someone in the league. From a player standpoint, having played SBC, what are your thoughts on them?
Wait, I don't think they played
haven't
SBC
played
yet.
You haven't played yet?
SBC.
No, they haven't
Okay,
played
what are your
SBC.
thoughts
They played in the
going
last
into
week.
Play SBC
Pardon me?
at this point. At this point, like based on how they've been performing, like as a player, how are you preparing? Like, do you have,
What are you thinking
What kind
going
of
in?
lube you got?
yeah, I guess.
Like, yeah,
Gotta make
like,
sure Andy can shoot straight. Dak can't lose full.
and the Zenny will show up. That's my last part.
Yeah, that's all about it. That Zenny's not busy with his other leagues. Fucking Dak doesn't rage, and actually, I guess both of them don't rage.
Yeah, now you have to worry about both the twins raging. As their skill gets better, their rage gets higher, is what I've noticed.
And hopefully, we have. If someone does need to sub, we have.
I don't
someone
know,
that
man.
can-
PS4 Dak was pissed.
Yeah, but I feel like
but for
PS4
entirely different
I
reasons.
feel like PS4 Dak was pissed off. Then you went to PC and was chill, and now he's gotten more pissed off as time has gone on, and he's gotten better. Andy started not pissed off, not good. Now he's better and more pissed off.
It must be.
That is
some
a
genetics.
stretch.
Must be some genetics.
Better is not a stretch. I didn't say
Yeah.
good.
Uh,
Andy's actually not that bad though.
yeah, he's a shitter.
Andy's pretty decent actually. He's not bad.
I bullied him into becoming competent.
Hey, that's good. It works for some
If
people.
only help
Yeah,
me.
bullying works.
The embassy.
Some people shell up, and some people, they like grow out of the bullying. I couldn't think of the word. I was trying to think of like bloom. That's what it was. I was trying to think of like
So,
flowers.
Bloom is adoption.
So, Oscar, could you tell us what are the upcoming matches that we have to look forward to?
Yeah,
For the rest of this week?
for the rest of
Yeah,
this
for the rest
week.
of this.
Gotcha. Just
So
want
we
to make
got
sure.
One Shot versus Alley Cats.
That should be a good one.
The Roni Nips versus Vine.
That'd be hilarious.
That should
You
be a
got,
good one.
BSGC versus Stepbro Esports. And then you got the fucking 0-4 Rip Legion with the bye week.
I don't know how the fuck you guys are on.
We
for.
choked a lot of game 5s. That's what we do.
No,
Our map
No,
count
no,
isn't
no.
that bad. It's 5 and 12.
All right.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, all right.
know
I was gonna
why.
say BSGC. Shoku, hate to say it, you were there. You and Verdict subbed in. Not a great game on our part when we played them round 1. Week 2, we
Oh,
play.
SBC.
Yeah, week two we play SBC.
Took 'em-
First 2 maps they got had bad. Then I'll be honest, they came back on by map 4. Tom was kind of checked. Don't want to get into it. Week 3, who'd we play? We played Stepbro.
No
no.
funners.
We played Milf Hunters.
So-
I needed my teammates to shoot back. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I 100% needed my teammates to shoot back. And then also Kai was absolutely just not he was not locked going into that. Kai was doing other things prior to the match and came in and was not locked in at all. That fucked us over. I love Kai, and I can't blame him for it because I know what was going on, but he was so not locked in going into it. And then week 4, playing Stepbro. First of all, I'd like to say
Heartbreaker.
Stepbro made a roster change, and I will give credit. Them adding Mixin is a far better move than what they had before. That being said, those shitters only won because they caught me 12 hours after I bought my DualShock and had to claw and I didn't have practice. That's the only reason those shitters beat me. I took y'all to map 5 clawing for 12 hours.
Actually, Boomer,
I didn't even have my Tom.
Boomer, your hotel S&D, some of the things you were doing were fucking stupid.
Fuck you. I went 10-5.
Did you lose?
And those 5 things were stupid.
No,
Those
I think
5 bets.
Biscuit lost.
So that being said, with regarding Rip Legion, because you're 0-4, basically the only way you avoid the losers bracket for playoffs is if you win all the rest of your series.
And we're gonna. My new controller comes in this week. No more clawing. I'm playing so much fucking COD.
Oh, fuck me. I don't even get to play you guys. Fuck's sake.
Are you gonna be gone the week that we play?
Yeah. I'm flying back today, so
Yeah.
there's no...
Dude, I have to take out Vibe. I have to take out Roni Nips. I have to take out Alley Cats. And I have to take out One Shot. All I'm hearing, get that gone, get Morph gone, get Drafty gone, and get Jim gone.
No, everyone except Jim. You can get fucking CRD Batter, whatever his name. He's fucking gone.
Wait, didn't that guy drop 9 kills in a series?
Yeah, he's out of there. We gotta protect Jim. And speaking of Jim, Jim's gonna fucking blow his fucking load to this. Why don't we get the predictions from Tmorgg? What are you seeing? Roni Nips versus Vibe.
Roni Nips versus
I got a
Vibe?
fucking 30-minute 3-0 from Roni Nips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know how we're scheduling it.
that's gonna be a little rough for the boys, I think. You know.
Yeah, for
Sunny's
the boys
really
on
good,
Vibe.
And I don't know how Jim's gonna be able to handle that. To be honest with you.
What if Zenny doesn't show up?
Yeah, what if
Shoku's on vacation and you're just stuck with? I'm not going to name names, but let's just say half the roster's gutted. They might actually get a forfeit win.
What if they have a team full of croissants?
That's a 3-0,
again, dude. They might get
That's a
fucked.
fucking 3-0 dub.
They better order some G Fuels. All I'm saying.
And the only win in Ronin
get cracked
history
up.
was actually a forfeit. So
It was.
Gods be praised.
Dude, Otter is still tight about that.
Otter lost to the Ronin Nips.
If you ever
That is
mention it inside the league chat,
You know what I'm super upset
tilted.
about? Is a lot of the orgs where I put a lot of work into the artwork and all that, and like been really happy with it, have not really been super successful.
dude, I love it. The only org I created is the most fucking winning of the whole thing. I fucking slid in, made one org, and they've won everything
Except for one.
except for one.
Which
Wait.
I will say, the
Ben.
BSGC logo is fucking
Oh, it's
gold,
so
and I'm
good.
very proud
It's
of it.
so good. Then you also, I will say, actually, I'm sorry, I created 2 orgs,
One of them
and
is
the
so
other,
bad you never
the
used
other
it again.
one is so bad.
it had a cool
Man,
logo. It had a cool logo. I did like the logo.
Safe to say that they were fucked from the start.
I want to bring it back. I want to bring back Team Fox.
Dude, I would be so happy to. I'll be honest, dude, I love MILF Hunters because I put a lot of time into the
Yeah,
logo
poor
and like
Kyle.
it was very detailed, but I love Team Fucked because of what it is. It's so beautiful.
I think.
It's great. You know what's great too? That was Kai's first team.
Oh, poor Kyle.
That was Kai's first team.
No, I remember our series is the one that shocked them for sure. Like, I remember we played that series, and I love you, Kyle, but because it was Kyle, I went hard as fuck in that series.
Fucked up. That's fucked up.
That was
I
dog
was
water.
like,
Dude.
not only do I want to beat Kyle, I want to shoot his body, which I think I did that like 3 or 4 times in that series, and I want to make him lose all hope
Dude,
because
I'm
I love you so much.
Month 1 Vanguard Kyle, I was trying to team with, and the dude lost passion and became shit and wouldn't
That was
even team with
crazy.
me.
He was actually really good the first month of Vanguard.
He's had confidence, dude. Like he was playing like he knew he was good, and then he just stopped.
He
You know, that was
plays
the thing.
Apex and Pokemon Go.
So the crazy thing is, like, I've teamed with Kyle from a way back, and
Teamed with
like
Kyle twice now.
when we were on the Flopper roster in Cold War, the one thing I always said about Kyle is like, dude, you can like when you have confidence, you can shoot like wicked fucking straight. And the second you lose confidence, you start shooting windmills. So, like, play with some fucking confidence, and you would actually be a really gross player. But unfortunately, like, it just never manifests itself. Like, COD just killed his passion, man, and he's happier doing other stuff now, and, I love the guy, so do what makes you happy.
I will say, when I played with Kyle in Season 3 of Vanguard with Jakey and, like, Stents and a bunch of them, we did, like, fucking deep roster because nobody could ever show up. But Kyle was always there, and Stents was always there, and then me and Jakey would rotate in a lot, or play together. And Kyle, like, we were playing Silver Kids, and he was playing with confidence, and he was vibing, and Kyle was doing fine. Just be like, we were chilling. Like,
and you couldn't even win a ring with that sandbagging fucking team.
No, we were not sandbagging. I hadn't played the game for 3 months. I played ranked. That was all. I played ranked. Jakey, I don't know. He was probably playing Valorant, and then fucking Kyle, Stents, and Drake, and all them. That was a silver team. Okay, that was a silver team.
So Shoku, are you gonna let the Roni Nips take a fucking map off of you?
It depends if I play or
You
not.
gotta do it for the culture. You gotta let them win the S&D so we can have the S&D Demon title still. We need to keep on pushing that narrative.
Because if I'm not playing, then I don't know. I can't control it.
I think I might have my team run 4 snipers and see if they forfeit us, and they'll take their S&D, and then they can continue to be S&Demons. And if they don't forfeit us,
they'll probably let you play it out. To be honest,
I bet Jim.
Oh God, Tom with a sniper. Woo.
No, man.
Tom's gonna have a better chance hip firing than ADSing with it. That being said, me, Preston, and Kai can hit some shots.
No, I actually, like, that's the one thing about Preston that I'll always give him credit for is he's a really good sniper. Like,
Preston was so good at it in Vanguard.
If he's on your team, just give him the sniper.
Speaking of sniper, you should let Kai whip out the sniper more often.
The only thing about that is that then I have to pull out a sub, and it just, like, that kind of fucking sucks.
Yeah,
it kind of
sorry, Kai, I tried.
It kind of
what
like
team are you talking about?
Either team. In all fairness, either team. Just like
the way I see it for your roster, I think it makes more sense to have Preston on the sniper and you on the AR. Because,
I don't disagree with that.
You're gonna do damage no matter what gun you have in your hand.
I don't disagree with that, and I've thought about it.
1,000,000 times more effective in S&D when he's sniping.
But I think there was a game where Kai didn't play. Oh no, wait, never mind. No. I thought I did that. But no, I'm lying. I didn't. Yeah, no, I've thought about that before though. Actually, just because like Preston is good at the sniper, and not to say he isn't good at the AR. Like Preston, I'll be honest. In all fairness, like S&D is Preston's best game mode. Like he actually he's good at it. And that's not to say that he's like shit at the other game modes. He's been playing a lot lately, and he's like. Preston's fine at the game, but S&D's just always been his best one in my opinion. So it's like that's the only reason that I haven't so far is because I trust him to run either, and it's like I know he's gonna like be watching a good spot. That being said, though, I have thought about it, just like giving Preston the sniper instead, and then me running an AR, just because like
he needs the permanent sniper green light.
Especially in some maps, like as much as I love running the sniper on Embassy, honestly, Preston might be better off with it, just because like I don't know. Me running the AR in some scenarios, I'm gonna be able to get 2 instead of 1.
I don't know if I'm disrespected by that.
Who will be playing?
I don't know. Usually on our team, you snipe, not me.
Who's Ripleton playing in these upcoming matches?
Well, that'll be next week. So I gotta
next week.
They're playing Vibe next week. No. They're playing One Shot.
One Shot, Vibe,
so
Alley Cats.
We'll talk about One Shot a little bit.
Because they're playing the Alley Cats. That's the reason.
One Shot as an org has been like pretty successful over the course of the CGI seasons, barring the last season where they lost their star player in Matty Iceberg. We love you, buddy.
No, they lost fucking Morph because he didn't fucking play the semifinals because he had a
We're not counting much.
We're not counting Morph?
No. I'm talking about when they still had Maddie on the team.
Oh, you're going way back. Way back. Yeah, they did have Maddie in Vanguard.
Yeah,
and
season 1?
Cold War, they had Maddie. And
wait, was one shot played Cold War as well?
Yeah.
Yep, they did.
I don't remember. That was my Huntsman year. I was BSGC in Cold War.
That was a crazy one.
That was when Ripped became BSGC, and then we all went back to Ripped.
I won Cold War.
Then lost the copyrights for a little bit. It was a confusing time.
But I bought it back.
Then Ven made his $5 that it cost to buy it back.
I retired as a player so I could go and buy the org back.
Yeah, that's why he did that. All those casting things he did, he made like 20 cents each, and then he bought it back at the end of the season.
Robbed of that season.
All right.
Because I swear to God, if I'd have been there, we'd have won the fucking whole thing.
I did offer for you to play instead, but you always prompted to do the casting. That being said, if me and you had gotten to play together and we had me, you, Wally, Bombs, we probably would have done better. I mean, we still made finals. We actually didn't do bad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna quote word for word going into that map. Wally says, someone's losing 3-0, and we'll see after this map 1. And we lost map 1.
Okay.
And then we lost 3-0. That's what Wally said. He said it's going to be a 3-0 either way. And not as in, like,
in
predicting it. Yes. Not as in, like, Wally is predicting it's going to be a 3-0. He's telling me it's going to be a 3-0. So, that's all, like, what? I love you, Wallace, but, like, that's rough. It was definitely.
Yeah, let's go Solium.
Definitely mentally checking, walking into that, knowing that I was going to get costed if we lost map 1. It's like all the pressure in the world was put on our team.
That was a crazy time, man. Because Ven, if we literally had nobody, and now, look at us now.
Yeah.
Like that was literally
running those early seasons.
I felt
insane.
I felt so bad that season because Ven and I, obviously, in CGI history, we almost pretty much always teamed. And literally, I think every season that you've played, we have. And it's like, we're teamed, and then eventually we got to a point where you and I could not team because we couldn't fucking play at the same time. And that's but I still had to keep on playing because we also didn't have enough consistent substitutes. And then I felt bad because in Cold War, I pretty much just had to fucking leave you and Oz to do everything because one of us had to play and one of us had to cast.
Yeah, no, those early seasons were rough.
In Vanguard,
you can't delegate when there's no one to delegate to.
In Vanguard, we just made the schedule work in our favor to where you and I never played on stream, and then we could just go cast after we played or before we played. Like we were able to do it then because we didn't have such fucky scheduling. But then in Cold War, didn't we do Monday and Friday in Cold War?
We did Monday and Friday for the first Vanguard, and like that was.
Did we?
And then Cold War was just Monday, and then for the first. I think CGI MW2, I think we decided to do Monday, Friday again, which fucked everything up. We're like, fuck you guys.
That was the worst one.
Yeah, that was really
Monday.
Bad.
Doing the MW2 one was by far the worst Monday, Friday, just because like it's just like teams were signing up without actually asking each other and shit. Because it was like draft, so they didn't care. And then they like just their teammates couldn't show up. Like I can't remember who it was.
Tom ruined the fucking screen. Damn it, Tom!
How did this happen?
I'm sorry.
It's all good. What?
I think I accidentally kicked Tom from the server.
What? You kicked Tom?
Wait, really?
No way. You gotta. Oh no! What?
Live on
I thought he left. You
booted him.
I meant to kick him from the call, and I hit the wrong
button. You better be in his DMs right now apologizing, bro. Oh my
button.
god.
No. I don't have a DM open with him. I can't.
No, I can't. No. How do I invite him?
Buddy, if you send him the link and you say you're sorry.
Finally,
Fuck.
I feel so bad.
Hang on, let me go to the audit log and
You banned shitter.
Dude, I can't. No, I don't know my buttons. I meant to hit disconnect, not kick, and then I realized when it asked me for the reason for the kick, I was like, "That's weird." And then I realized what it was after.
You're a fucking moron.
And this guy's helping you guys run the league. Damn.
I'm not Discord versed, okay?
You're 18, motherfucker.
I also have one of the longest accounts in here.
Boomer, you're 18. How the fuck?
I'm 18 and I invited him. Oh my god.
Give him the perms again, please.
I fat fingered.
Bring him in. Bring him in. We can adjust it. Bring him in.
You got to apologize.
Yeah.
I did. I already did. He just said he didn't even realize he got booted.
So to bring it back on track, One Shot versus Alley Cats. That's Morph versus Drafty, Morph versus the Young Guns, Covert, and the old fuckers.
And
I'm gonna go for the Alley Cats here. 3-1.
you think the Alley Cat's gonna take it?
Okay, are we saying that Morph is actually gonna try? Okay, he has his cheats on, or
I'm just saying that because I love Covert. That's all. I just like the guy, and I'm gonna root
Well,
for him.
you got to think like Morph. Like he steps up when he thinks they're gonna lose. So if they start that game and they go down, he's probably gonna start trying in map 1. Like
yeah, but I feel like if they go down map 1, they're not winning.
you said, if they what?
I feel like they can only take it off probably the S&D and control. They have to Neslo.
Really? You don't think that? I think Alley Cats could win a hard point depending.
They
on
might be able to steal one, but I feel like if they want to win, they might have to get like in S&D and a control. They're not winning both hard points. They can steal one.
I do agree with that. They probably won't win both. Simply just because, like, I mean, I'll just be honest. No shots at Moja and T-Dub, but just like as a whole, the Alley Cats roster doesn't bring the same like punch that the One Shot roster brings with most of their.
They also
players
play
in the
more
hard
structured
point.
though.
They also have Jakey as a sub,
and that's
so
why
he might spawn in.
That's why I think that Alley Cats will probably win the S&D. Like, I would actually favor them for those because Alley Cats actually do play pretty decent S&D, even against bad teams. They can be trolling and they're still playing structured while trolling. It's hard to describe, but like. They do, and it's like I would favor them in S&D because I have some insider information. I've actually heard that the team on One Shot is not the best S&D team from an insider. It was.
I think One Shot relies too much on slaying rather than playing proper.
I think that's definitely where they put a lot of their focus in. So it's like it doesn't fuck them over, but like sometimes against like better teams. They won't be able to keep it up. Like, they just won't be able to keep it up. A lot of teams, they can just body. They can just run through. And it's not even to say that those players, like, they can't play smart. It's just their default is to just try and slay. And, like, they're going to have to change their natural game if they want to, like, actually take those maps.
The last rescheduled game is BSGC versus Stepbro Esports, and officially Lubert replaces Cookie.
So Louis is officially their starter on that team?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So I believe it would be James, Speedy, Louis, and Utopian.
Yep.
I really felt like
that is a Cold War team, goddamn.
And then they got Big Head George in the chat on the bench.
it's really unfortunate because I felt like Cookie was like an incredible player on that team last season. I mean, he's the one reason they won that chip was just him going fucking crazy on the map.
Yeah, he remembered how to play respawns during playoffs, and then they were finally set. Literally, the guy was dropping 2.0s in the search, 0.7s in the respawns, and then come playoff time, he finally fucking learned it. And it was like, damn, props to him. The guy knew when to turn up. And yeah, he was great. Him and Speedy were like easily carrying the slaying on that team. Just because, like, I mean, as simple as it is, like, Utopian doesn't really know the game, and James really isn't like that kind of player. He's usually more reserved. He has less engagements. That's just kind of how it is. Other than, like, maybe shy of search, he kind of gets going a little more sometimes. But, like, those guys really were carrying the slaying. And not to say that Louis can't, but Louis also, like, hasn't played this game a ton. As far as I'm aware, he's learned a lot from ranked. So it's like, that's a very tough change to make.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen Louis in this game, so I have absolutely no idea.
He subbed in last week.
Yeah, he didn't do horrendous last week. He did, like, pretty mid, honestly. Like... He actually, never mind. I can't even say he went pretty mid. He literally went 0 pause, 0 neg. He had 77 and 77. Like, he was just playing very, just mid. I would say he had pretty high damage. I'll give him that. He had like third, fourth highest in the lobby. He's just playing like, just average. Like, not good, not bad. Just average player. So it's like,
there.
Yeah, it's not to say that he can't come in and like help and that he can't be a good player, but like, it's not quite what they had.
So are they beating
Step
Stepbro?
What's up?
Are they beating Stepbro or Stepbro?
I think if they have their starting roster, so James, Louis, Utop, and
Cookie?
Speedy. I think that they'll beat them mainly because I think that team doesn't really lose the S&D to Stepbro. I'll be honest. I played Step Bro. In all fairness, we lost one and we won one. But I also just knowing how they played them, I think that BSGC will win those S&Ds. And then I don't think that it'll be like a problem for them to win one of the respawns. I think that Step Bro probably has the advantage, maybe, but like not by a long shot. Like not by like it's not like they're here. It's like they're maybe here and here. So it's like I think
on paper they should win, but
that's the thing. Yeah, I think
if
I've played both those teams, and like now knowing Louis as well, it's like on paper I would expect Step Bro to win, but I could easily see them taking it. I would pick BSGC 3-2. That's what I would say.
Do you think it's going the distance, map 5?
I kind of do, only because I think that One Shot are gonna win. I think that One Shot are gonna win probably 2 respawns. I think they'll probably win the control, and I think they'll win one of the 2 HPs. But I just don't think they're gonna win the SNDs, and I think that BSGC will take one of them. But yeah, personally, I think it's gonna be 3-2.
You got T?
I don't know. I was liking what I was seeing from BSGC the last time I watched them play. You know, they had Louis on. They were playing the MILF Hunters, and they, they didn't get blown out. It was 3-1, but they didn't get destroyed. So, I'm honestly a little new. I haven't seen everybody play yet. So, I think I'm just going to take them, and I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty good series either way.
The only map they actually kind of got dicked on was the hard point, the map 4 against MILF Hunters. They got point club, unfortunately, but that was the only one.
What map was that on?
It was on Hotel, but they won a Hydro 250 to 200 in the same series. So it's like.
Did I just say how boring it is to fucking play 3 hotels every
series, baby?
No, it literally our Cold War season all over again with 3 raids guaranteed.
Or Vanguard with
Tuscan.
Berlin.
Oh, it was Tuscan. Everyone loved Tuscan.
It was Tuscan.
It was Tuscan or Berlin 3 times in a row.
Classic map, double Bocage, triple Tuscan.
I think that going into season 6 of CGI, we should allow a per series caster veto or production veto, where before they do picks, we go in and say this map is not being played on this mode. Just literally, it's 1 mode, 1 map combo. That's it.
And they'll tell you to fuck right off.
And then we'll forfeit both of them, and they both lose the series. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's fucked.
And I'm gonna give them I'm gonna give them all 0.5s and actually affect their stats. Yep. That's it. Yep. We tell them we don't want to see a hotel control. You can pick HP and S&D, but we don't want to watch that fucking control. If they say no, then I say it was nice having you do vetoes. You lost 0-3.
I mean, I support it.
Vanguard was...
Give me power.
As Tmorgg was saying, Vanguard was like Bocage, Tuscan, or Bocage, Berlin.
I don't know. I felt like Tuscan was at least more fun to watch, dude. It's just I don't know. It's just like this game is like honestly, I think it comes down to the game. I think this game is more boring. This game is more boring to watch than Vanguard. So like Tuscan was one of the best maps on Vanguard, and Vanguard was fun to watch despite a lot. It did have its own fugazi. Don't get me wrong. It had its own bullshit. But it was fun to watch because it was so fast-paced and just fucking like this and that at least the good maps were still like fun to watch. So it's like, I don't mind 3 Tuscans. That being said, Cold War is the same shit. Cold War is boring to watch sometimes because of how fucking clinical and like structured it is. So it's like watching 3 raids fucking sucks. We're watching the most structured map against like in boring ways.
Me and you were talking about this, I think, last night.
It's like Cold War S&D fucking sucks.
Cold War S&D just kind of fucking sucks playing and watching because it is so structured. Or at least in Black Ops 4, you had smokes, you had snipers, you had all this type of shit to make S&D interesting.
And powers.
That too, but I'm just saying, like from a standpoint.
And Cold slam some bombs.
It made it fun to like watch.
That's amazing. Like when
you
go
into Cold War,
you're like, oh shit.
Cold War, you just have a Krieg sitting on a fucking heady and just
Cold War, you literally have 2 Kriegs looking over the other 2 subs, and you also have 3 trophy systems that are getting thrown down and stopping any nades.
Yeah,
it's
like,
what
stopped Cold War from being fun in S&D was the Sniper GA.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I believe that.
Sniper Smoke GA, I agree with. Yeah.
Like, I understand why.
GA and Vanguard, and it made S&D fun.
It's super unfortunate that it had to be that way, but it's just it really sucks that it had that.
Snipers are just gross in that game, though.
I don't know. I think they could have done what they did this year, where they did no attachments, and it wouldn't have been perfect, but it would have been okay. I think snipers, they still would have been strong, but not busted like they were at the beginning of the year.
You would have had to
Can
use.
you imagine how different that
Was it?
Optic Cold War roster would have been if Dasha could have sniped
Or formal.
or Formal?
No
Either
bullshit.
one.
They might have wanted Formal to snipe, and then Dashy to keep the AR out.
I
Kind
don't
of
know,
like
man.
in Vanguard, how sometimes Illy would snipe and Dashy would have the AR because it's like Dashy's better than that player, so you want him to have the gun.
I'll say this: I think Formal is a much better sniper when he's on the jetpack game versus a boots on the ground.
Formal
game.
is just better
trying
at
to think,
jetpack.
what- I'm just trying to think, what game did Formal snipe in that was boots on ground? World War II?
I don't think has he sniped in any boots on the ground COD?
Did he say? I don't know.
Maybe
'Cause I don't.
Ghost- Wait, hold on. Did
Ghosts?
he snipe in Ghosts?
It would have been Ghosts.
That could be the only one I could think of.
But I don't think he may have sniped on the World War II team because he replaced Octane. He might have sniped on the VO4 team, but I doubt it. I don't really remember
No.
watching him snipe.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, and then
No.
and then R
Or
City
two John
sniped.
sniped.
There we go. And then didn't R City snipe in the Chicago team?
Oh no, he
Oh,
did snipe. He
oh,
did snipe
Chicago?
in too.
Wait, did Formal snipe
Or
on that? I
MW,
thought R
sorry,
City
yeah.
sniped that.
No, Formal did. HCR.
Okay,
That is
well I
true.
guess that. So he sniped one boots on ground game since being like one of the like being Formal. And obviously he might have sniped in Ghost, but that was so fucking long ago. I'm gonna keep it real. Like it just was. I don't really remember him doing crazy shit on the sniper in MW. But that was only one.
No,
year,
all of
fairness.
the craziest Formal sniper clips come from jetpack games.
That's true. I also think
think-
though aim assist at
On a
least in
boots
BO3.
in the ground COD, I truly feel like Dash is going to be your better bet on a sniper.
The only clip I've seen of Formal sniping on MW 2019 was on Piccadilly.
Was there a good one of him on that?
That's the only map I can think of seeing him snipe.
Okay.
And I think RCDs
I'll
did
challenge.
take it.
I feel like R City sniped on a gun runner search. I feel like I remember seeing him do that.
I think
I
he
don't know.
also sniped on Arklov.
Yeah, so it's like I don't think Formal sniped on all those maps. So it's like he really like we haven't seen Formal snipe in a very long time. It's hard to say. That being said, he still has a gross shot. You know, guy still shoots straight as fuck. So it's like, not to say that he can't. I do agree though. Dash. It also like. I'm also saying this. Dashy's also just like so fucking next level. Like, that guy truly does.
Who would you
does,
rather
like-
have sniping, Illy or Dashy?
Honestly, they probably should have had Dashy sniping like the entire time, just because like I'm certain Illy can hit a shot, but like at the same time, like, dude, I'm just gonna.
He was so shit in S&D without the snipe. That's why he was sniping, is because without it, he was dropping like 0.4s every series, and you're like,
I will say Dashy's like it is like you hear people talk about it, and like I fucking like one of the things that I loved was how Octane talked about it recently when he was ranking all the CDL pros. He was like, "Listen here, Dashy has the best fucking aim in COD, other than maybe Formal," and even then he said maybe, and it's like that is kind of just true. He really does. Like, just simple as it is. So like it is kind of fucking criminal to not give that guy the one shotgun. Like,
give the guy with the most aim
yeah.
the gun that requires the most aim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's kind of criminal not to sometimes. At least when it's like that pro player. But I don't know.
We need aim assist off the snipers. It makes
mean,
shitters good at sniping. It pisses me off.
Take aim assist off snipers and I'll be Pope again.
So Shoku,
At sniping.
What's up?
for the true reason why you're a guest on our show, why we're the
Okay.
TOS podcast, is now everyone on the panel is going to ask you a question of which you're going to have to answer.
Me first.
And Tribal Chief, can you lead us off, sir?
We definitely all knew
Why
about
are you
this.
gay?
I'm not.
Can OBS hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that your only question, sir?
It was something for that joke. Boomer's gonna cut that.
Yeah, probably will. Yes.
But yeah, Does anyone got a
Oh.
controversial question for
I'm gonna
Mr. Shoku?
Hotbox, I'm
Controversial.
gonna cut that, but I'm gonna start it again when you say Boomer's gonna cut that, so they don't know what happened. That's what I'm gonna do.
A controversial question for Shoku.
Controversial question.
Quotes.
Hmm.
Controversial.
I genuinely
Truly,
think-
who do you think the best player in the league is? Like, truly, who do you think? Like,
Which
not
league?
this league. Sorry, CGI. That's what I'm trying to ask. Who do you actually think the best player in there is? Like, against, like, not yourself. I'll say. Don't answer yourself. I kind of want everyone to answer this one, actually, like one by one.
Oh, I know my answer already.
I want to say because how he's played, probably Morph. I think one of the guys from One Shot could get it eventually if they play proper and not worry about slaying so much. That's just my opinion. I haven't really played against Speedy too much to say much about him, and I just know how Morph is. So, it's like, you have the guys from One Shot, so like Swag, Drafty, those guys, then you have Morph, and then I don't know much about Speedy. I've only played him like one time. So.
Alright, I'll go to Ben next.
Oh
I
fuck!
think
Never
the
mind.
answer
Never
is
mind.
pretty
Bendy.
obvious.
Bendy? Oh, do you? That's actually your
Bendy.
Bendy over
Bendy.
Morph.
I was gonna
Bendy
say
over
Hybrid
Bendy.
Gem
Bendy.
as a troll, and then I was gonna say Bendy.
You're
I
gonna say
completely
Bendy as
forgot.
well?
My fault.
Bendy.
Bendy.
Is easily the best player in the league when he's playing, like for real. Like, when he wants to win, he's easily the best player.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't think Morph is far behind him, but I definitely feel like it's not quite neck and neck, but it's pretty close.
I completely forgot about Bendy because of his late.
Oz, what
join.
about you?
Best player in the league?
Yeah, who do you think?
My boy Logie.
Mhm.
Double champ Logie.
He has the accolades for it, so.
Because he has the similar playstyle with me, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I can respect that. Hotbox?
Hey, Bendy.
Bendy as well.
The eye test, knowing what I know about his accomplishments, yeah,
Yeah.
easily the best player in this league. Then
Like,
Morph.
you can't place that consistently in cups without being really fucking gross at the game. Like,
And
it's- unless you're being carried by a team, Doug, you're pretty nasty placing that high.
I will say this about Doug: he knows what he's doing. He just doesn't have the gunning for it.
I don't know
Sometimes he
about
knows
that.
what he's doing and chooses not to.
I was just about to say, like,
That's a different story. I'm not wrong. I'm just saying,
I've
like,
seen him
That's
make an
fair.
equally stupid play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he knows what the right thing to do is, and sometimes just doesn't. He chooses not to.
Yeah.
Tmorgg, what about you?
Gotta be Thumpa, man. Guy's an
Dumpa?
SM
That's a
demon.
good pick, dude. That's a good
I
pick.
mean, he is the captain of the Spankbat team. So, like,
Oh, no,
no, that's
Moja's
Moja.
captain.
Moja is.
my bad. Moja. I
Hey,
apologize.
dude, you gotta know Thumpa, best player on Roni Nips with a .59 KD and 2.9 in the SND. You gotta think.
Come on now.
It's a guy
That's
right
my
there.
goat.
Guy, dude. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into batters SND KD. Mainly because I can't, because it doesn't fucking exist.
Really? Is he dropping a .2?
No, it's actually 0. It doesn't exist.
That's not right.
I can't go into it. It says not available. It says there's an error on my thing because it's divided 0 by something. Can't. Sorry.
So Shoku,
hmm.
who's your COD father? Who got you into all this?
Sir Dakota and Fallen ZG, the Apex fucking superstar, would be the two people who taught me how to play COD.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Okay.
I share one of those. Good answer.
Dak found me in a dumpster in fucking the bronze pits and brought me here.
Bronze Pit, please.
I was gonna say, Fallen. I
Hey,
can't
we
say-
don't talk about me dropping a 2-point KD in chumps.
Jeez.
This is not an accomplishment, you shitter.
Fallen.
I'm proud.
The fact
And
that
then
you
when
didn't drop higher than a 2 is criminal.
I was shit. I'm shit at Cold War. I'll admit it. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing on that game.
All right.
Or he does.
I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Out of everything that you learned about COD, what made the most drastic difference from going from having no idea what to do to actually playing the game correctly?
As dumb as it sounds, Wally told me this like at the very start. I asked him like, what are some things that I can pick up? This is in Cold War, and I didn't start applying it to my game until late in Vanguard and like during this year. It would be like wherever your teammates are, the enemies aren't gonna be there. Which sounds smart, like it sounds dumb as shit, but like for example on P2, if your teammates are looking towards Shandy, they're gonna be pushing your house. It sounds like the dumbest thing ever, but it
Makes
helps
sense.
a lot on IGLing and stuff like that, which I try to do as much as I can.
Actually, I want to pose that question to everyone else, like, because I feel like everyone in here has gone from, first learning the game, playing pubs, to eventually competing. Like, what was it for each of you that, like, changed your game where you were like, oh, okay.
Another thing is
No,
just
I can actually be
mini-map.
good at this shit.
The
Sorry,
mini-map
Boomer.
has a lot more info than
You said
think.
me then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say my biggest thing, which I'll take note from this year, because I would say obviously you guys can attest. It's not like I was an absolute shitter the last 2 years, but I've definitely increased a lot. And it wasn't even like it was just the start of this game. It happened like midway during this game. And I would say the biggest thing for me was, honestly, just as simple as it is, it would just be like challenging with confidence and just simplifying the game. Because at the end of the day, like we're playing Call of Duty, and it's really not a complex game. And it's like if you simplify the game, you can play it really laid back and a lot more calm. And it's like something that like I notice on all my teams. Generally, I'm the most like I'm not like everybody's losing full, but like calm player. Like chill.
Right.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to get started on your guys' when you start losing mental.
Okay,
I don't
to
wanna
be
get
honest,
started. I don't want to
it's
get
like a
started on you
domino.
three.
It's a domino.
It 100% is. No,
Fucking
you're right. It goes
Because if
Tom,
the-
and then it goes you, and then it goes Kai. If both of you guys have fallen, Kai loses it.
I disagree. I think I'm third, but
You think you think it goes Tom, Kai, you?
because there's one map, and I was just like, yeah, for fuck's sake.
It can go both, I guess. Well, I will say Kai's like the biggest domino though, because if Kai loses it, I think that all of us start to
Yeah,
lose.
as soon as Kai loses it, you're
like-
fuck.
Tom's the tiny domino because we can all keep full while he's losing full, and then I would say like you and Kai are like I would say you're like the second dom. I don't know a second. It's weird. I would say you're the second biggest domino, and then Kai is the biggest, and then Kai can fall on all of us. Thing is, I think I'm off on the side. Like so, imagine Kai's here. I'm right here. So Kai can fall on me, but I can't fall on Kai. If that makes sense.
I think
Right.
a lot of my like getting mad is all to do with self. It's never team
100%
shit.
it
I don't
is.
blame you guys. I blame myself constantly. That's the biggest issue I have in COD is I never blame anyone else but myself. If I won,
Well,
one
you
more
play an AR now, so you better get used to blaming other people. It's never your
No, I
fault
always
as an
blame
AR.
myself. If I hit
Nope,
more
as an
shots, I
AR,
got a kill. What
nope,
if I hit a
nope,
headshot?
Back.
nope, not my fault. Myself should have put damage down.
That's how I am in
So-
Halo. I'll be honest. I lose full if I myself in Halo, and I never lose full with my teammates. Just because, like, in COD it's different. I just try not to lose full in COD. But like in Halo, I do the same shit. It's like I will get pissed off at myself and start losing full when I'm
Halo's
missing
just
or when I
an
know I'm not
infuriating
doing
game,
good.
man.
That's,
It is. But like
Infuriating
that's the biggest thing like I can compare it to. Just because like I'll be honest, I try to chill as much as I can. in
Because,
COD.
like,
I try not to
in-
lose full.
in
But,
Halo, you can always tell immediately that you fucked up if you died.
yes, because you literally know you missed a shot. If you're
It's
hitting
like,
all your bursts,
it's
but they
an
don't die,
extremely
you know you
fair
missed.
game in
Yes.
that you have such a high TTK that if you lose the fight, it's 100% on you.
Yep.
So now I'll pose the question to Oscar. When you went from pub kid to comp player, like what was the one bit of advice or like the thing that you learned that helped you become a better comp player?
It's a fucking hard question, man. Because I don't feel like I'm a complete comp player yet.
Well, no, but obviously you went from playing. You told me before you went from
Austin
playing pub. You played pub S&D with your friend from the dealership, and
Yeah.
then you
Yeah.
played gold, but you've played silver and bronze and like competed and shit. So like obviously,
Yeah,
like,
bronze.
that's a big adjustment going from pub
Yeah,
S&D.
so
with your
I
friend
didn't
into
start in
level.
bronze. I started in silver when
Yeah.
CRL didn't even have plat. So I got fucking piss slammed.
Silver was rough back then.
He was in the pit.
I was in
Silver
the
was
pit.
horrible back
Yeah,
then.
The
I
only
played
reason
silver
why
back
it was somewhat fun is because my first teammates was Jakey, Satch, and P, and Dak all sandbagging their cocks off, and they.
Oh, that was the same season. That was the same season I came
So-
in.
Yeah, you're welcome
Sorry,
for Satch and
what
P, by
was
the
the-
way.
Yeah,
then-
thank you, Box. You made Stormin quit the league after he thought you were hacking, which is so funny. He sent clips on his cell phone, which was like 280p. He's like,
Throw a flashbang. Can't do
So like, what was it then that like?
I'm gonna say
made
more
you
so
start
for
playing
search
better?
because like I don't like I'm still learning like HP. HP to me is still very confusing. Like to truly understand hardpoint, there's a lot of moving pieces versus search is search. I guess it's just being able to be a fucking rat more and just pissing people off. And I win most of my searches. Most of the time, I lose. Like if I'm losing in CRL, I usually win the search. I don't know. Just knowing what to do. Knowing what to do. I don't know. I still don't know shit.
Just playing better.
Just
I
playing better.
want to say one thing. I agree with Boomer. Playing with confidence does help. Like if you're just
And confidence makes the biggest deal ever.
if you just are confident in yourself and your shot, this also comes into like trying not to be so hard on yourself. But if you play with confidence, you're like, I know I can shoot straight. I know I can do this, and you just can chow shit you think or you should win. You'll usually win it if you're confident.
That's the biggest thing of my two. Like confidence.
I got the
Confidence.
confidence. I just can't really shoot that straight. Because I'll take some
So-
stupid chows.
See, that is an easier thing to learn
That's
than
different.
confidence.
In all fairness, that's like a skill thing. Like what we're talking, it's kind of like I don't know. It's almost like in the mental, what made you
Mental?
realize, like what
Oh.
changed it. Well, in all fairness, that's what you said. It's just like S&D, like you just can understand it better. Meanwhile, HP, it's like moving parts.
Fucking
good.
So
That's a mental
I actually
thing.
don't know a whole lot about your playing past Tmorgg, so like I don't know if you ever like super dabbled in comp or if it was more of a casual thing to you. But is there something you can point to that kind of transformed you from just casual to like getting into competitive? Like, what was that change?
It's gotta be, well, first of all, I've played 2, or actually I guess 1.5 seasons in the CRL. And some guys had to forfeit out, so we were chalked up the second go round. But the biggest thing for me was kind of honestly what Shoku said, realizing the mini map has a whole lot of information, knowing where your teammates are and kind of focusing on spawns really opens it up for you, especially in a game mode like Hardpoint where it is fast as fuck. So keeping track of spawns isn't something that people really think about, until you start getting into comp and start, how do you actually win Hardpoint? It's a big part of it. So that was it for me. And just watching a whole lot of comp COD, honestly.
Yeah, I mean that's a great way to learn, honestly. Just
It
watching
is.
the pros do it.
If you're actually paying attention, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
And this is the one I'm actually most curious about. Fox, like when you first started playing Call of Duty to the point where you started to realize like you could actually be good. What was it that changed for you? Like, what specific
game.
skill did you learn where you were just like, oh wait, no, like I'm actually better than all these kids?
I'm actually like the worst person to ask for this.
He played Vanguard once, and then last he was Pope. And then I got costed by
Well-
his
Just stuff
teammates.
before that, like I'm talking way before that.
It was honestly just learning to shoot straight. Like
Fair enough.
like a lot of people have said, like Boomer said, the game is simple once you stop trying to overthink it. Just shooting my gun straight and being able to stay alive.
Yep.
Probably like the biggest thing for me. Like, I try to make myself the hardest kill I can on the map. I try not to let people, have easy shots at me. Like the whole Crim 6 thing we were talking about earlier. I don't really ever go for the 3-piece.
Yep.
I focused on getting my, winning my one, maybe getting a second, but calling out to my teammates, and that's just something that I've worked on personally. That's just come naturally. It's just to, make sure that I'm always in a good position. I try not to put myself in bad positions on the map, and that's something I did as a pub kid. Like it just learning to shoot straighter just made that easier.
And yeah, no. Once you learn to shoot straight, the game completely changes.
Yeah.
Like things you weren't able to do before, like you now have full confidence of like a fight that you wouldn't normally have taken, you now take because you're like, fuck that guy, I can outgun him. It's easy.
So like it's boiled down to just shooting straight. When I don't shoot straight, I don't win. When I shoot straight, I win. Don't miss, don't lose.
Sounds about right.
Gotta hit the headshot multi.
Then I'll ask you
Dude,
because
no lie.
having the most in-depth going the lands and like competing, making teams, scrimming all the time for the years that you did, primarily
Right.
World War II, BO4. I know were the ones where you really got into it. What was it for you? Because you're also probably one of the oldest ones for competitive.
I'm the clay of the league. That one's hard because like as self dick riding as this is gonna sound, I was really good when I started. Like shooting straight and all that was never difficult. Like I don't know, for whatever reason, and because I was always playing on like really really shit hosts, I was just used to like not being able to do everything I wanted to. But the problem was I would just kind of run around like a maniac with no real purpose on the map. So I'm racking up kills, but I had like no idea how to properly play the game. And I think the thing that changed was my godfather just kind of like he picked me up, and the first thing he taught me was stop trying to do everything. Like stop trying to single-handedly take on the entire team. Trust your teammates to do what they need to do and just focus on what you need to do. And that was what really changed, and I became a lot less of a selfish player and started like just trusting my teammates to do what they need to do. And I will focus on what I'm good at, which was just running at people and gunning them.
So to try and put it into like a term, it was kind of when you realized that it was a team game, and it's actually like that there is cohesion, that teamwork fucking matters. That
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Like teamwork was the thing that absolutely like set the spark up to where it's like I went from dropping useless 1.5s to dropping useful 1.8s. Like your teammates are doing their jobs and they're able to focus on that, and you can just run mindlessly around the map with a SOG or a PPSH. Like the game's fucking simple.
I think that's something for a lot of players is like you'll see it in good players too, is like pro players. Like there are times when they're not playing cohesive and they're not playing with their teammates, and it's like you can see it even at the highest levels. Like it fucks them over, but it's like everybody realizes, like everybody has like the moment where it's like, oh yeah, like I have 3 other guys on my team. Like this fucking matters. Like that's one of the biggest things that a lot of competitive players have to learn, and for a lot of people that is one of the bigger deal breakers and like changes when they finally fucking realize it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just to let your own ego get out of the way and realize, like, you're not Jesus Christ. You can't literally 1v4 or 1v5, depending on the game you're playing. Like,
Only in Search.
You just get... Yeah, Search is like the one game where you can just single-handedly take down another team if you're
Sometimes.
good at it.
Literally because they can't respawn to come shoot you. It's because they can't spawn up, know where you're at, and kill you.
Yeah, it was just a number of things after that. Like, you know, the longer you play the game, the more it starts to make sense, and like you start to learn the little stuff. But I think like the outside of that, the only bigger thing was spawn manipulation. Like once I figured that shit out, I was like, oh wait, okay, so like there's like rigid spawns, like that makes sense. Oh, I didn't know that. I was just running around.
They should spawn
like
over here.
genuinely, I had no idea how spawns worked until halfway through World War II. And then I was like, oh, wait, hang on.
game.
This should actually make way more sense.
Like, wait, if I'm here, they're probably
Wait a
over
second.
there.
You're telling me because they're not going to spawn 5 feet away?
My entire knowledge of spawns was I spawn here, they're across the map. That was the entire depth of my spawn knowledge.
That's how it was.
Then
for me
I
in
learned
Cold
like,
War.
oh no, wait, there's like actual spots you can hold, and like there's a genuinely like within a couple of feet radius where they will spawn. It'll take them exactly this amount of time to get to this point, and it's like now that I know that, the game's easy. Before that, I was just confused a lot of the time, and I would just like hope that I won the gunfight as I was running forward.
That's a massive thing too. Map manipulation. That's one of those things though that you have to have teamwork in order to do it. And it's like you can even see pro teams fuck up the manipulation of the map and fuck up their spawns. It's just like people are better at it. Yeah, some players and some teams are just simply better at it, and even at the pro level, they can fuck it up. But it is one of the most important parts of the game. That definitely is one of those higher skill things, in my opinion. Though that's like, it's one of those things that like that's like after you learn like playing for a while, it's like okay, I'm getting good at this.
Like anytime I like try to help someone improve at Call of Duty, I have a list of things that you need to accomplish before you move on to the next thing. And number one will always be shoot your gun fucking straight. You're not going to be able to do fucking anything until you can hit a person and kill them. So that's step one. Just fucking learn how to aim. And then number two, learn how to fucking rotate properly. 3, patience. Learn patience. And 4 is spawn manipulation.
One of the biggest things in there for me is obviously I'm not good at teaching people it, but what I prefer is making sure that they know how to comm properly and it will do it. Obviously, I'm not good at it, given that I team with Tom. Obviously, I'm not good at teaching people how to, but like, I prefer it. I like it. I hope you do.
Dude, I used to give the worst callouts in the world.
Can't confirm.
You got better. Hey, I've teamed with you a lot over the past 2 years, and you're fucking good now, though. Like,
that was the problem is I didn't really give callouts. Like, when I was competing, like, I was not that great at callouts because that wasn't my job. I would call out sometimes, but most of the time I'm just killing stuff. And then I retired after one like month of Modern Warfare, like playing the challenges format was fucking terrible. And the teams that I was on, I didn't have, my IGL from all those years. So I had to like kind of pick that shit up and realize that my comms were terrible. And then that Cold War season I played in CRL when I joined, I was like, okay, well, no one at this level is going to give me those kind of comms, so I have to be that guy.
That's another.
Yeah, my camera died.
That's an underrated skill, is having comms, and not comms that just of you talking, but actually important shit.
It's not the volume of It's not the volume of comms you're putting out there. It's how important the information is that you're putting out there. Useless comms are worse than not comming.
So Shoku, here's my final question for you. They gave you the fucking easy questions, okay? I want to know who.
I gave him a hot topic. I wanted to know who he thought was shit and who he thought was good.
You only answered the good. I want to know who's the easiest fucking kill in the CGI. Easiest.
And none of Ronnie Nips are on the table.
Yeah, pick out of the good teams, or just better players at least.
Call them out.
Yeah, give us a top 5. You don't have to pick one. Give us the top 5 shitters of the CGI. Do it.
Who can't gun you?
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking just gun skill, there's not a lot. I'm gonna be real. I'm confident in my gun skill. That's one thing I am confident in. My fucking map awareness and actually like doing stuff on the map, not very confident. But I'm very confident in my gun skill because that's something I pride myself on. And like a lot of the top people I did name, I haven't played against enough, but I will say this, more if I do shoot straighter than you, I don't care.
Yeah, call that Morph.
I don't care.
That's wild. I love that.
1v1.
So Morph is the easiest fucking kill in the CGI according to Shoku.
Easiest gun at least is what I'm hearing.
Okay, not easiest gun, but I will outgun him. Okay.
He'll
out-position himself by just sitting on the heady in the back of the man.
You know what? I'm gonna
some of the
pose
easiest
a
skills.
question to everyone else. Who is the one person who can't gun you? Boomer.
Mills, that guy does fucking 0.5 every time I play him. I've said this on mainstream. The fuck? Like, Nothing against Mills. I literally love the guy. Like, I fight anytime I play in range with him, I vibe, but he can't fucking shoot against me.
I already know Box's answer. I don't even have to ask him because I'm sure you're going to agree with what I say. The only person who can gun you is Maddie. And everyone else can't gun you.
Vanguard Maddie, at least.
Vanguard Maddie. That's it.
Still gunning. I'm still gunning Maddie. I don't give a fuck. The one person that can't gun me is that fucking shit-stained Satch and P. He literally cannot. He cannot fucking gun me.
Yup.
He'll drop scoreboards, but all his damage is on somebody else. The guy sees me and runs the other fucking way.
I like that one.
Show you have an answer? Or do we go to someone else real quick?
I got a fucking answer for you.
You have an answer, Oz?
There's 3 guys that can never fucking gun me. The first one being Graz, the second one being Palm Show, and the third one being Big Smack. I'll fucking 1v1 them anyway, any day of the week.
Oz goes and picks 3 guys who haven't even played CGI since like season 1.
There you go.
I love it.
God.
Alright.
Tmorgg, I don't know who you've all played. Who do you think you shit on? Who do you think you've done?
This isn't
Call out
CGI.
anyone
I
you
don't
want.
think I've played anyone.
This isn't CGI
You can
related.
call out your little brother. I
Call
don't care.
anyone you can think of. Like, think back to a match. Who could
Oh, my little brother?
From all the POVs you've watched,
Gotta
who
be
do you think
Jim.
you would just shit on?
Jim.
It would be Tiber Jim.
He's taking out Jim.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You picked the best
my little
player of
sis.
the Roni Nips.
I'll take him out
I got
back.
a controversial one. I actually have 2.
I think, one of yours
One
is
of them
mine
you
as
might
well.
not agree with, and one of them you will agree with.
Well, one of them is mine, is it not, Ben?
Maybe?
Oh. Sorry, go ahead.
What did you say?
I said Mills.
Mills? No, Mills can gun me. Vanguard Mills can't. Modern Warfare 2.
Okay, I was gonna
Set
say,
my
you
socks
always
off.
used to talk shit about that in Vanguard. I was like, really?
No,
I was
every
thinking-
time I played Mills in Vanguard, I would just fucking wipe him off the map. I remember
Yeah,
that.
you would
I'll
always
never
you would
let you
talk
forget
so
that.
much shit in Vanguard in our team comp, dude. Before and after the map, you would talk so much shit. I was like, really? Okay, sorry. Go ahead then.
No, the 2 players who can't gun me, one of them's in this call. Choku, you can't fucking gun me.
That's tough. It's tough.
Debatable, but
I can't agree or disagree because I don't
I
know.
do not agree with that. But alright.
And the second one is, this is weird, but it's true. Every time I played it, this is the case. Scap can't gun me. I don't know what it is. He can't. He still calls me his dad. Like, Scap can't gun me.
Papa.
I don't know if he's just frightened by my name or what, but like every time we've played, like I can count on one hand the amount of times that he's outslayed me.
Shoku, finally we have your answer.
Mischief.
I was fucking waiting for it.
I love
I,
that.
I was thinking about it. I was like, oh wait. Anytime that
waiting
we've
for
had
it.
an evenly matched team, shit on him.
Damn.
And
I
he's
was
lucky
waiting
he didn't play me in Cold War because I would have shit on him too.
That's a fucking strong closing remark. I like that.
I mean, we
It's
can go
all about
back to
controversial
Primer.
opinions.
Yeah.
I had Jakey as my sub duo.
I
No
fully
disrespect to
expect
Jakey,
Cap
but
to tell me to a 1v1 after this, and I do accept. But only if it's Cold War on my host.
actually, Ven, what game are we talking about?
Wait,
'Cause
only if it's cold, we're on my host.
No, Scap literally can't gun me on my own host. But to be fair, not a lot of people can.
That's okay. It's not even a gun skill. It's a your bullets. My bullet. Where'd my bullets go? We shot the same amount of bullets. Where'd mine go?
you just missed. Yeah, I shot under my arm.
Well, yeah. I would say that. Oh yeah, I forgot. I guess you have body art. I hit your flashlight on your skin. My bad. I forgot. The pistol that's on your chest. Oh, my bad.
Anyone
You're
got
right.
any
I just like Russell Feathers. That's all.
closing shit to say before we wrap this up? I think we had a fucking pretty good first episode.
Are there any
Think
more
so.
questions? Fire
I was-
away.
We're gonna post this, and I'm gonna see Scap and immediately typing in the chat.
He's just gonna join every bot lobby now.
Dude, he does. He joins all my fucking bot
No,
lobbies.
he's
It's
gonna
fine.
like make sure
I'm
of it
so
now.
glad in this game he can't do it. Not that he plays this game, but I swear to God, I will just load up Cold War like on an afternoon. It happened recently even, and I'm just
happened
shooting bots, and all of a sudden I see in the kill feed scat. I'm like, God damn it! Here we go again, and I gotta lean forward, and I'm like, all right, here we go.
Actually, now I have a question for all of you guys. Who's the most annoying player to play against?
Oh,
The most annoying
Not
player.
hardest kill, not like easiest kill,
It's
but
gotta be Ven. Ven is a
Like they piss-
fucking
like they
dirty
piss me off.
bastard. Ven
kind of
pisses
like
me
hard
off.
kill or like just annoying to play
Like,
against.
that-
yeah, like they piss me off playing
oh
against them.
man.
Ooh, I have to look at the list real quick.
Let me think.
Doesn't have to be CGI.
I'm trying to
Actually,
think.
no,
mainly
the
from
person
CGI.
who's the most annoying to play against is in this fucking call. I fucking hate playing against Hotbox. That shit pisses me off. Because, like, it's not even that he's a hard read. He's just in the same spot, but he was just... You can't get him out of it. He's fucking annoying.
Oh, I know. Okay,
Like,
I know.
you know he's gonna be top dome. You chow top dome, you think you have a good shot, and then he just... Boop, you're dead. Go fuck yourself. Go back to the respawn screen, shitter.
Oh,
I hate
think
that shit.
I think I have my answer actually, and it's like it might be a little hot, but I'm gonna pick. I think Dak is the most annoying person to play against of all the CGI people looked at for this reason. Dak can be one of the best players of all the people we have in the CGI. He has that ceiling, but when Dak reverts to being a bad player, he doesn't play smart. He plays so fucking odd and only gets kills. And he can lose the map by like 100 points, but it's the spots that he plays and the positioning he puts himself in. It's like, it genuinely pisses me off when I get killed from it and then we flip spawns for advantageous spot. It's like, the fuck were you doing there? It's like, why? Like, why were you there? I'm not gonna lie. It's like, it's not like it's not like a cruddy person. It's like I hate to say it, Dak, you're a great player, but sometimes you can get very, very bad spots, and it's very annoying to play against, but not in a good way. If we're talking about annoying, like, crudiness, I'd pick, like, probably Ven, or, like, I'm not gonna lie, Ven's fucking he's so lame to play against. Such a
I'm
lame
sorry.
player. It's the only way I can
My
put it.
entire
So
playstyle is
lame.
built to annoy people. Like, I know what I do, and I just do that.
Dude, that's the only way I could do it. It's just so fucking lame.
Sorry. I wish I was better.
No, I had you on my team. It was great. fuck the 8s where I'm against you, though. It's just like, I have to look at the floor, and I have to look up here, and I have to look there, and then it was sitting a corner on old, and I spawned there, and now it's this. It's just like...
Ratty.
Dude, I'll give you credit. I'll give you credit. It's the patience. You have the patience to rat.
Well, because, like, if I know I have a player in the cycle, that's all I'm doing the rest of the game. It's just like, yeah, no, you're losing full.
I think you're all annoying as fuck.
Wow.
In which
He's
way?
actually
Yeah,
talking.
yeah,
He's
yeah, we
actually
said
talking to the
player.
audience, not us. He's talking to you, the listener.
All right, sure.
Whoever hears it.
Who's the most annoying player?
I'm gonna put up a big mirror during that part.
Oh god. I don't know.
I'd like to add a third. I'd like to add another one.
Another question or another player?
No, another player. I fucking hate playing against Jakey. You want someone who's on par with rattiness? That's Jakey.
That's a good call. Jakey
He's
Snakey will
fucking.
be.
Oh
dude,
my
he'll be
god, he pisses me
anywhere.
off, dude.
I love him for it though, dude.
I hate the fact that I have to stare at the floor when I play COD against him.
Oh, that shit's so fun.
He will find a pile of bodies and just lay in it because he knows, like, it's a guaranteed kill, and he's gonna piss you off. And he's like, "How was I supposed to see him amongst a pile of corpses?"
Oh, dude,
Thought he was a fucking floor decoration.
It's annoying as shit, but I love it sometimes.
A lot of ratty, like, main ARs. So,
Ratty main ARs.
It's like Morph. Boomer, you can get into this as well. Where you just sit on a heady and you just hold a fucking frame. And since I'm John, I'm just getting deleted. in
Like
3
slow main
bullets.
ARs.
Yeah,
like
where they
those guys. Yeah, that's fair. That's
It can be
fair.
fair annoying to play.
It can be annoying to play.
Because you're like, alright, I'm hitting a route. And they're just sitting there just watching for it. And you're like, alright, sick.
That's that shark fin fulcrum cardinal no demo clean shot kind of build. It's those guys.
No clean shot.
No clean shot. They're running high velo despite what the
Yeah.
stats say. It's those guys.
And to close it off with the final question, I'm gonna pose the question in the box: who's your most annoying kill? Most annoying person to play against?
Most annoying person to play against?
Yeah.
Anybody that's shit at the game because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna do.
That's a good point. That's a good answer.
You want to know what I was gonna say? I was gonna say Garage because he plays
I
dumb as
also
fuck.
Yep, I
but
also thought
it's
about
so-
saying
it's
Graz.
an easy kill
Mm-hmm.
because you'll be rotating from like across the map, and he's just sitting in a corner in mid, and you're like, "What are you doing? You just killed me and gave me spawns. What the fuck?"
It's a good answer.
Like you're doing bad. You're losing, but you're making me lose full.
So who's really winning
You're
there?
down by 100, but I
Graz is
fucking
winning.
hate what I'm doing.
Getting assassinated by Graz feels bad.
Dude, getting assassinated by Graz in Cold War was such a fucking like. I don't even know.
It's so funny though.
It was dude. Him sitting the fucking out of bounds spot on P2 Garrison behind the satellite probing,
I know
waiting.
exactly what you're talking about.
That shit was so funny. He did it to so many people consistently on control and in HP.
Like
Oh
he
my
would see
God.
someone jump on the hill, he'd see the hill turn, immediately hop the banister, wait a moment, listen, wait for him to walk over, and just like, hey, what's up? I'm fucking SDO Auditory. How you doing?
That happening.
There were times where I would actually like pre-aim that spot because I thought girls would be there.
But I think that's really all we have to talk about tonight. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up.
I have one. If
One
anyone in the audience or watching has questions, leave them in the comments and I will reply. Here you
Also,
go.
yeah, give us your
Everyone's
most,
first
give us
name applied.
give us your easiest kill, your hardest kill, and the most annoying fuck. I want to know all three of those.
And also the player who can't gun you.
Oh yeah,
Make
sorry,
it
those four. My
controversial.
bad, those
Start
four.
a flame war in the comments. I
Those
will
four.
be looking.
Regardless of whether they're easy, just they can't gun you.
Dak.
Damn. Crazy.
Colin, if he's not playing Vanguard.
I think that's a great spot to end on.
Tom not playing Vanguard is a free kill.
Well, Tom, well, that's a good point.
Or
Tom
Tom
playing
not
anything
playing Modern
but
Warfare 2.
this game?
My bad.
Yeah, I was
Tom
Tom
not
playing
playing Modern
anything
Warfare 2 is a free kill. I will stand by that.
And
In this
W2
game, I can't
his
touch him.
playstyle
All
a
right,
lot.
that's just the way it is.
MW2 just fits Tom's
Well,
playstyle.
he also changed his playstyle entirely this year. Like, this
That's
is not how he used to play the other games at all.
No.
I played with Tom in Cold War. I didn't play with him in Vanguard, but he didn't really play Vanguard. But it's not how he played.
But anyway, that's going to do it for us. So we'll see you around. Make sure to check out the stream if you are just discovering this podcast and have no fucking idea what we're talking about. And somehow you made it this far into the video. We got a Twitch. Go check it out. We got matches every Monday, starting at 9 East. So until the next time, we'll see y'all later.
Leave comments below.